Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here more. So it's away we go then. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I'm going to highlight somebody with special
Big chance! Inevitable, classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Argentina have their opener. It is a goal of real significance. Takes a shot!
Ending to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Alvarez. Picked out brilliant. Decent chance! Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back.
Real chance! And the keeper gets his hands on it. McAllister. Oh, they can break here. Serginho cuts it out. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Alvarez. Shapes to shoot! Certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo.
Chance! It's in! Zanetti has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
While sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play and
the shot! Just crude! Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
It's run loose. He's having a shot! Just wouldn't stay down for him. And no, that was never going to make it. Linton. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. McAllister. Chance for a shot! Keepers Knoxville can make their change now with a break in play. And he's intervened well there. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
There's the shot! No mistake! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But
oh, he's been caught on it here! Great ball, and he's in here! He's tried one! Zanetti. Threads one in. That ball looks a good one. And he's lost his man. And the finish! Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, for defenders of his era, the name Fernando Morientes strikes fear into the heart.
Yeah, without a doubt, Peter. He's undoubtedly amongst one of the best strikers to don that famous white shirt. And of course, he was part of Spanish football's most memorable partnerships.
Yeah. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
David Villa. And he's hit Morientes! Big moment! It through. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Alvarez. And here's Castilla. Shot a goal! Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Castellanos! And the shot! Goal! Argentina! Has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Decent chance!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Argentina go into the lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the...
Shoots! It's it! Can he get on the end of this? He slings it in. That's a decent clearance. He's tried one! Loose ball now, and there's a change. Argentina get the second half started. Now it's Alvarez. Nicely weighted ball. Acuna. And it's McAllister. This looks promising. And the shot!
Support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Alvarez. Rodri. And he's quick to snatch it back. It's a good spell of possession, this. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Alvarez, big chance! Great skill, that's nice. Now it's Alvarez. Pedri promptly onto that, and that is that. And a chance! Magnificent from Alvarez! Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gonzalez is onto this. That's brave goalkeeping, really decisive.
He stood his ground.
And that is as far as it goes. Perfect result, perfect outcome, a test passed with flying colours. So what do you take? Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. And we're underway. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive.
Neymar! Oh, crossbar!
Well, he got rid because he was under
vision. Argentina, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Now it's Castellanos. Now it's Alvarez. And he welcomes it in. He's shot a goal! It's a loose. Now it's McAllister. Fernandez.
Fernandez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, given away. Shapes to shoot! Goal! That has snuffed out the danger. No outsmarting him this time. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's shifting through the gears. Fernandez was in no mood for any of that. Now there's a... takes a shot! And he's heaved it away. That's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Alvarez. Tries to play it through. Chips it through. Lisandro Martinez promptly onto that, and that is that. He's found a way through, and he welcomes it in. Oh, that's horribly here, or there's real trouble. Wonderful save by Martinez.
Peter, it seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
He's having a shot!
They were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality. And a chance! And the pass is intercepted. And he's let fly! And no one is overly concerned about that.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Now it's Castellanos. That's a good ball. And the shot! New life, his new chapter. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Great chance! Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Cleared without complication. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's got a perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Alvarez! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Argentina can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
That's a throw. And he was quick to react. So that's it. It is all over. Argentina have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Well, after all of